I'm just so happy. Oh my God, finally, real change. Gang, there are some changes with student loans that I think are mind-blowing to me and life-changing, I think, for myself and potentially tons of other people. So I'm putting this out there to talk about what I just learned about the other day, but also I want to make sure I'm reading it right, so I want your guys' opinion. Do you guys have the same understanding that I'm having here, or am I just completely crazy? I don't think I am, but let's talk about it. I know I've said I'm so sick of talking and thinking about student loans, but I did log into my account the other day because we're coming up on time to start repaying them. So I was looking right at my account dashboard. I have all federal student loans, by the way. So I am looking at my federal student loans, and I've noticed I'm under a new repayment plan. Previously, I have been on a income-based plan, technically called the revised pay-as-you-earn plan. So as my income changes, my monthly payment had been changing. So now I am on a save plan, and apparently it's one of the new changes that the Biden administration has rolled out. Wow, is there an insane change on this plan. So there's a couple other things that they've done as well. And I'm just reading this right from studentaid.gov, right from the federal student aid student loan website. The first change is that they have increased the income exemption from 150% to 225% of the poverty line. So your monthly payment amount is based on your discretionary income, defined as the difference between your adjusted gross income and now 225% of the U.S. Department of Health poverty guideline amount for your family size. So their example is that means you will not owe loan payments if you're a single borrower earning $32,800 or less, or a family of four earning $67,500 or less. And the amounts are different in Alaska and Hawaii, but borrowers earning more than these amounts will save at least $1,000 per year compared to the other current and or previous income-driven repayment plans, which is nice. Kind of interesting, because back when I was making $32,000, that would have been nice, but that's okay. The next change. Epic. And it's like such a small little explanation box, and it's blowing my mind that it's like buried down. Anyway, this plan eliminates 100% of remaining interest for both subsidized and unsubsidized loans after a scheduled payment is made under the SAVE plan. What this means, their explanation is, if you make your monthly payment, your loan balance will not grow due to unpaid interest. So previously, before any of these changes, so pre-pandemic, if you had made your monthly payment and it was less than the interest that accrued to your account every month, they took 50% of that leftover interest after your monthly payment, and the government wiped away half of it, and the other 50% was compounded back onto your loan, and that amount was added to your principal to then be charged with more interest the following month. So for me, I think what I originally borrowed was right around $185,000. And I graduated in the May of 2015, so I started making payments in fall of 2015 because they give you that grace period. And then at that moment, they dump all of the capitalized interest that any loan you took out in your entire educational career, no matter how long your degree took you, all of that interest was immediately right then and there lumped onto your balance. Before you even started making monthly payments, all of that back capitalized interest was dumped on, and then there's your new balance. And for me, who was making $32,000 a year at my first job, I had a $125 monthly payment to my federal student loans. I had 12 other monthly payments to private student loans, but we're just talking federal here. And that $125, as you can imagine, was nowhere near close enough to cover the monthly interest on my account. So over the following 3 years, until the pandemic started in March of 2020, I watched my balance go up and up and up month after month after month, and my hopes and dreams and enthusiasm went equally down and down and down. But apparently that's changing now. Gang, if they had implemented this change, which should have been capitalizing compounding interest on student loans, never should have been a fucking thing in the first place. But now, this renews hope for me. Hope for a future of getting out from under these student loans. So even now, my current payment is supposed to be $400, and it just changed again. Wow. Gang, wow. They have just recalculated my monthly payment again, apparently. Pre-pandemic, my monthly payment was $705.69. Now that they've put me on this save plan, when I called a couple months ago, it was supposed to be $426 a month, but now I'm logging in again today, and it has changed to $334.96 a month. So it just dropped again, which is crazy and kind of exciting. I feel hope to get ahead now, because my little $335 a month monthly payment is not going to be covering all the interest. And it's kind of funny to think about now, because my current student loan balance is finally back down to $185,000. It had ballooned up to, at its worst, like $220-ish thousand just in federal student loans. So that's somewhere around $35,000 just from compounding interest. So I've been fighting all these years just to go backwards, and then thank goodness for the payment and interest pause over the last 3.5 years, where I was actually able to get ahead. And I still have $7,100 roughly in outstanding interest on my loans that I will be paying off completely before interest starts accruing again on the 1st. And I really, really hope that you have done that, or have been able to do that, or will be able to do that as well. That was a solid 3.5 years to really be able to get ahead, and I will be wiping out all outstanding interest before it resumes on the 1st to go in with a fresh slate. And now this change gives me hope for being able to get ahead, because even if I'm making my monthly payment, it's not going to all go to principal. I know that. I don't even know if any of it will go to principal, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I'm just hoping, since I will have zero outstanding interest from the get, that my monthly payment can at least make a little bit of a dent going forward. But even though if it's a $5 dent, I'm not going to be responsible for the additional interest getting compounded back onto it, and neither will you. It's at least a $5 progression forward, instead of being limited by my income, which keeps my monthly payment capped at a certain amount, so I'm not overwhelmed by it and I can afford the rest of my shit in my life that costs money. But it's not gonna be tacking on every month and the balance going up and up and up. I hope you all are excited about this as much as I am, because I've given up hope and given a shit, and now I feel hope again. As silly as this sounds, in this one little tiny paragraph is giving me life-changing hope. Like, I wanted to cry when I found this out. Am I reading this wrong? Why are more people not talking about this? This is epic for us big-ass balanced student loan holders. Epic, 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 epic. I'm like hesitant to get my hopes up, but damn, I want to. So let me know. Does this change impact you? Do you not care? Is this life-changing? Am I wrong? Am I reading it wrong? What else is going on here? I feel like I'm just babbling about it, but it's just... And I've come to this website a few different times just to read it again, and it still says the same thing. I don't know. I'm just so happy that, oh my God, finally, real fucking change. If the bullshit capitalization of interest had never been a thing, which it should not have been, I'd be so much closer to $0 in debt right now. But it's okay. You can't do anything about the past, but damn, I will embrace this change going forward if I'm interpreting it correctly. which I hope I am, please let me know. And also, I'm interested to see what this means for making additional payments. So if some months, if I want to put additional to principal, can it actually go to principal? I really would like to know. If you know for sure, I want your thoughts on this too. Am I going crazy? Is this for real? I'm going to be staring at the comment section when I post this, just waiting for someone to burst my bubble or confirm my hopes and dreams. No pressure. For real. Like, let's talk about this, because